Welcome, everyone, old faces and new. I see you have returned to my library to learn a little more about our little town. Ah, Eureka Grove. There's no place quite as interesting as you. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, Eureka Grove is a small town, much like many of yours. On the outside, it is a peaceful and wonderful place to live. But if you look closer, between the cracks in the sidewalk, it is a town full of intrigue. I think it's much easier if I just show you. What story should we look at today? The history of the pepperoni family? No. The Great Dam Malfunction of 1863? No. I want to bring you a real home-crafted tale. Home. Oh, this one is perfect. This is a tale that's full of mystery and it dabs a few toes into the pool of the unknown. Welcome to a tale that I like to call Smoke and Mirrors. This story begins at Eureka Grove High School. Students come to Eureka Grove High and receive an excellent education. But as the times change, demand for knowledge changes. And that shift is exactly what we're about to witness. It seems there's a conversation going on between a Principal Jones and one Mary Mason, the home ec teacher. Oh, and before I forget, we will, once again, need your help to solve this mystery. Pay attention to the clues. This one could get tricky.
I'm sorry. You know that I, as well as anyone, understand the importance of good home ec class. It's just the school board. They don't see how the importance compares to something like computer science in today's world.
I've had some time to think about it, and while I'm certainly going to miss my classroom and my students, maybe this is just a sign that I'm going to on to bigger and better things.
Exactly. I thought I was going to be a special effects artist, and look where I ended up. I'm a very happy principal at the best school I could ask for.
Yes, it's going to be very hard to leave. One moment. Gloria, I know you're back there.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, Principal Jones, you can't shut down this class. It's so important to me, and I don't feel like I belong anywhere else in this school. Please don't take it away.
Oh, Gloria, I'm so sorry. But guess what? You can absolutely practice all of this at home. And I'm more than happy to send you a new recipe whenever you finish an older one. You've always been my best helper. It's the least I can do.
But I want to stay here and bake cookies with you.
Gloria, look, I know this is hard, and I'm going to choose to overlook the fact that you were just eavesdropping on our conversation. Life is like a cloud in the sky. You can always point at it, say it looks like something, but within a few seconds, it looks like something else. We can't change it sometimes, and that's okay.
I guess.
I've got to get back to cleaning my room. Gloria, you're more than welcome to help for a few minutes. I'm going to need help with the big storage closet. When I moved here, I started using it as storage for my house while I got settled. There are sure to be some real treasures in there.
I'll leave you two to it then.
Goodbye, Principal Jones.
All right, well, let's get started. It'll be like my old archaeological digs when I was in college. I was always happiest when I was on my digs. Maybe this is going to be just what I needed in my life.
Well, isn't that sad? Mary Mason's home ec class is no more. It seems like Gloria was a huge fan of that class. But if we know children, and I'm sure we all do, she'll go home, do her homework, and accept the fact that she can't have what she wants. Oh. Ridiculous, I know. Oh, but what's this? It seems that Gloria and her friend Catherine Bow, local violin prodigy, are going somewhere they shouldn't be. Let's see what happens.
I really don't think that we should be doing this, Gloria. It is super late, and if I get caught inside the school, I am going to be pulled from the string quartet.
It's going to be fine. Trust me. There's only one person who hangs around the school this late at night, and he's not exactly the sharpest one to shed.
Who is it?
Mr. Squeaks. He spends the night janitor at the school forever. I've stuck around a few times with Miss Masson into the evening, helping her with some of the bigger cakes she was decorating. And Mr. Squeaks would always open the back door to the loading dock, and you could always tell when he did because he was always belting, "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey with his headphones on.
Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
Like clockwork.
Shh! He's going to hear us.
All right, Miss Star Musician, know a thing or two about headphones?
Of course.
What are those headphones he's wearing?
Whoa! Those are offbeats. They turn off all the outside noise and only ring the beats. He must have, 3 jobs to afford those.
Exactly. We just wait for him to go down that hallway and go.
The girls run down the hallway and make their way into Miss Masson's classroom.
They gave you a key to the classroom?
It's a perk of being the best assistant 3 years in a row. Now, follow me into the storage closet. There's a binder that Miss Masson showed me once that was filled with every idea and lesson she ever had for class. And I know if we're able to bring this to the school board, they'll have to bring home ec back.
All right. Let's just hurry.
The girls rummaged through years of projects and papers, and they realized that this cabinet was significantly bigger than they first realized.
This place is huge. What is all this stuff?
Miss Masson told me once that she used this place to store all of her stuff from college when she moved here. She was an archaeology major.
Gloria sees a very ornate object sitting on a pedestal under a sheet.
What's this?
I really don't think you should touch that.
She touches it.
Cool, it's some kind of mirror. Looks like it's made out of some kind of stone.
I really don't think you should.
Gloria picks up the mirror and suddenly black smoke starts pouring from it.
What's happening?
Put it down.
Suddenly, the room fills with smoke, and then everything goes quiet. The next day, the school was abuzz.
Good morning, everyone. As I'm sure most of you've heard by now, 2 of our students have gone missing. I know this is a very scary time for very many of us, but I'm sure together we'll be able to get through this trying time. If you have any information on their whereabouts, we will have one of the local police, Officer Dunnett, down in the office to take any information you may have.
Thanks, Principal Jones. Any information at all is extremely helpful. I'm open to anything. Nothing is weird for me anymore. Please don't hesitate to come.
Finally, I'd like to extend a fond farewell to Miss Mary Mason, our home ec teacher. Today is her last day, and I'm sure she could use all the support she can get right now with her very helpful student, Gloria Apple, being one of our missing students. That concludes the morning announcements. Please stay in your seats until homeroom is over. Have the best day you can, everyone.
While everyone was soaking in the disbelief over the disappearance of Gloria and Catherine, one student was straightening her hall monitor sash and polishing her badge. Her name is Trixie Finch, and in this school, nothing gets by her.
Trixie, did you hear what I said?
Sorry, Dr. Archer. I was getting this speck of dirt off my badge.
Well, pay attention, Trixie. This is important. In order to stay safe, I'm assigning each of you buddies for the week. We don't know what happened, and I worry that any of you alone could be another victim. As your homeroom teacher, I do feel responsible for you.
Are they supposed to be with us all day? I don't like when people watch me take off my mascot's outfit.
You'll be fine, Bart. Shane, Shane, what are you doing? Are you even paying attention?
Yeah, I'm paying attention, Dr. Archer. Paying attention to the rain dripping down this window. It's so beautiful. Have you ever noticed that when you
Shane,
look at
for one day only, I really need you to be aware of what's going on in a classroom.
Oh, I'm always aware, Dr. Archer. I see pretty much everything. On every spectrum.
Well, Shane, because I honestly don't trust you to take care of yourself, I'm assigning you two buddies, Trixie and Bart.
You can count on me, Dr. Archer. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery in no time. Come on, Shane. Let's go, Bart.
No, wait! I need you all to be careful.
Simply sublime. It's time for the investigation to get underway. Trixie, Bart, and Shane all make their way down to the home ec room, where they find 3 staff members sat down with Officer Dunnett. We've already met Miss Mason, the home ec teacher, and Mr. Squeaks, the janitor. But there's a new face among them. Her name is Penny Parks. She's the local volleyball coach. She's revolutionized the volleyball team at Eureka Grove High. And she's quite the local legend.
Oh, we shouldn't go in there.
Trixie Finch, head hall monitor. I have some questions I'd like to ask each of you.
Hey, you can't come in here.
I sure can. I have a badge that says I can.
I don't think that's how this works.
There's no stopping her, dude. Just ride the wave and enjoy it. If you fight against it, you might drown.
No, I would have chosen to say it. Oh, what he said.
All right, I guess a new perspective can't hurt. Also, I was a head hall monitor when I was a kid, and this is making me smile.
All right, everyone. Please answer my questions honestly. I am known around these parts as Trixie Polygraph Finch. I will know if you're lying to me. First question, Ms. Maison, where were you when the students disappeared? School cameras spotted them sneaking down the hallway towards your room last night.
Wow, you are informed, Trixie. Yes, it appears they were in my room last night, but I wasn't there. I was in the teacher's lounge collecting the rest of my things. My Tupperware, my elaborate mug collection, and the tea that I would hide in the back cabinet.
That's where you're hiding it. That tea was delicious.
Oh, yes. You know how Dr. Archer is with his tea. He can't get enough of it.
Yeah, if he had a choice, he would move in between the letters S and U.
What?
T. The letter T is in between S and U.
Oh.
Ms. Maison, do you have any idea why Gloria and Catherine were headed into your room?
I'm so sorry, but I really don't know. I knew I should have taken that key from Gloria. I can't help but think this is all my fault.
The jury is still out on that one, Miss Maison.
Albert can absolutely speak for me. He saw me last night in the teacher's lounge while he was singing that Journey song.
I sure did. But I was super embarrassed. I didn't think anyone was around.
You know, you sure have some pipes, Mr. Squeaks.
Really? Aw, shucks, Mary.
That was it? He didn't say anything to you?
Actually, now that you mention it, yeah. He told me he was going to clean my room for me before I left. He headed straight there.
Whoa, wait. You didn't mention that before.
Wait. Mr. Squeaks was heading to the room that the victims were going to?
Good deduction, Bart. And what happened when you got to the room, Mr. Squeaks?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I am not ending up on the wrong side of one of these situations again. I had nothing to do with this. When I got there, Penny was walking out of Mary's room.
Aha! And why would you be doing that, Ms. Parks?
I really think it's rather personal.
Personal? Sounds like you're hiding something, Miss Parks.
My thought exactly, Shane. Good sleuthing.
I'm sorry, Penny, but we're going to need an explanation. Otherwise, I'm going to need to take you in as a suspect.
Fine, I get it. I was taking a gift to Miss Mason's room. We'd grown really close over the last few years, and I wanted to give her something to remember me by.
Really? That is so sweet, Penny.
We're not just losing a class here. We're losing a friend. A dear, dear friend.
And did you see the girls when you went inside?
Well, no. I was distracted, so I wasn't really looking.
Distracted?
I was trying to find the perfect place to put the gift, so it'd be seen when she walked in. Mary's a little messy, so it's tough.
It's not all, is it, Miss Parks?
Excuse me?
You're leaving something out, Miss Parks.
And what's that? Also, who are you? I don't think I've ever seen you in my gym class.
Oh yeah, I was in the office. Figured it would be better to just end up there than have to do all that running. But I think it might have been a good thing I was in the office. Because I learned what's happening to this room after Miss Mason leaves.
Oh, really? What is it?
It's not important, Mary.
Answer the question, Shane.
This is going to be the new volleyball office.
Wait, what?
I meant to tell you, I was just looking for the right moment. I know how much this class meant to you, and I felt really bad for taking this space. But it was open. We needed a new room to strategize for our games and watch films. Principal Jones said she had told you.
So you were doing more than just saying, I'll miss you to Ms. Mason, Miss Parks. It looks like you were saying, I'm sorry for taking everything from you.
No, that wasn't it at all. I haven't done anything here.
Miss Parks, I'm sorry, but I think I'm going to need to take you down to the office for more questions. No matter the circumstances, your benefit from Miss Mason's leaving is a potential motive.
Fine, I understand. But please, everyone, understand I had nothing to do with this.
Is it okay if I come too? I have a few words for Principal Jones.
Of course.
Can I stay here and finish getting this part of the room cleaned up? I had a job to do.
Fine, but if you see anything suspicious, let me know.
Will do.
Everyone walks out the door, and as soon as only Mr. Squeaks is left, the door slams shut behind them.
Mr. Squeaks?
The room starts filling with black smoke, and Mr. Squeaks starts banging on the door.
Oh! Room! Pulling up with smoke!
Everyone tries to get inside the room, but no one's able to get the door open. In a panic, thinking there was a fire, Officer Dunnett pulls the fire alarm. The alarm rings through the halls as the students file out of their classrooms. Officer Dunnett then starts trying to throw her body weight against the door, but it won't budge.
Move aside.
Penny takes a few steps back and...
Yeah.
Penny kicks the door down. They all enter the room as the smoke evacuates it, as if it were running from them. Suddenly, all of the smoke is gone.
Mr. Squeaks?
He's gone. Gone without a trace.
Mysterious smoke filling a room and Mr. Squeaks disappearing. I love this one. Now, let's see what's going on with Trixie and her friends. It seems that after the alarm was pulled, the students were asked to go to the lunchroom, since it was nearly lunchtime when the alarm was pulled.
This is the perfect opportunity to ask some questions of the students.
Can we please get some lunch first? I'm totally famished. Like totes fanfare.
Yeah, can we get something to eat? Maybe we'll be able to think a lot better once we get some food in our tum-tums.
Overhearing this conversation is Drew York, the newest member of the staff at Eureka Grove High. He serves the meals and he is not happy about what he's hearing.
Man, are you kids serious? I gotta sit here and serve this half-baked frozen pizza, and now I gotta listen to this. Totes fam fam, tum tum. You're all in high school.
Whoa, chill out, man.
Yeah, we were just hungry. We didn't mean to make you mad.
You're all hungry. The lot of you. That's your problem. None of you know how to eat right. You have these packed lunches with Cheetos and pudding, white bread and processed meats. And these meals we give you aren't any better. Sodium, enough sodium to fill up this whole building. I'm supposed to be working to make you kids healthy, but no. They already had a gym teacher, Miss. I'm so special. Look at my volleyball team. Nobody can do a better job than me, Pogs.
What are you talking about, Mr. York? Didn't you always want to be the lunch man?
Excuse me? What did you just say?
I asked you a question, Mr. York. Don't you want to be the lunch man?
You said it! You said it again! Of course not! I grew up eating right, training my body, and prepping to be the best athlete New York had ever seen. I stayed away from the hot dogs and pizzas and ran laps around Central Park every single day. I was going to be the greatest gym teacher this world had ever seen, but no one will hire me to be a gym teacher, and I feel like I'm going to be stuck here forever.
Wow, that's really sad, Mr. York.
Sad? Sad! Hey, I'm cooking here. If you want to stick me in and remind me how sad my life is, maybe it's best I go ahead and throw all you stupid kids into the freezer and lock the door. Maybe then I'll feel a little joy in my life knowing you're all turning into some nosy popsicles.
Mr. York starts to menacingly approach our trio.
Whoa, Mr. York. Think about what you're doing. There's an investigation going on involving missing students. And you want to throw us in the freezer?
Yeah, that's super suspicious, Mr. York.
I think we're gonna need to go tell someone that Mr. York might be the one that took Gloria and Catherine.
Here, you pizza slices and bags of chips. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Trixie, Bart, and Shane all make their way into the lunchroom and start to ask questions of all the kids. They get through all their friends and they hear two voices from across the room. Tony Eagle and Colleen Devine, the two most popular kids in school.
Well, look who it is. The living teddy bear, Little Miss Holcop, and a complete waste of space.
What are you all doing here? Someone gonna write me up for doing absolutely nothing? Someone should write you up for wearing that color sash. It's absolutely hideous.
Nice one. Fist bump.
Boom.
You know, that was a really nice spike at the other game, Tony. I felt the ground shake, you hit it so hard.
What? You were there?
I'm the school mascot. I'm at every sporting event.
Never seen you. Don't care. Leave me alone.
Wait, I remember you.
You do?
Of course, you were that guy at homecoming last year.
No, we really do not need to talk about that.
No. This is the guy?
You know it. There was water like everywhere. And then you refused to take off your mascot outfit, and the whole room started to stink like a wet dog wearing its owner's yellow sweat-stained tank top.
And I was paid to be there.
Sure. Our ascot, school mascot, BTW, nice, Colleen. Those words of the day quiz have really been helping your vocabulary.
Thanks, girl.
Serve.
Go team!
Hey, Colleen.
No, too popular to get into our elaborate backstory.
Okay, leaving.
Wait, what are you two doing? They can't treat you like this.
It's fine. We're used to it.
Yeah, let's just be like beanbags and adapt to the situation.
No, I will not let some bullies push you around. Hey, you two, what's your problem?
Excuse me?
Who do you think you're talking to, little pig?
I'm talking to the two of you. You know, I have the ability to report you both for bullying.
Piggy, I love that. All right, Piggy, I've been reported at least 30 times and nothing has happened yet.
25 times here, my friends and I are competing to see who can get the most by the end of the year. I'm totally gonna win because I always win.
You know what? If you keep treating us this way, I swear I'll do it. I'll report you.
And my dad? We'll just talk to the principal again. And I'll make sure to have that stupid little sash taken away from you, little pig.
That might be an improvement though.
Right? The last time I saw a little piggy this sad was when the little piggy that didn't choose to play Babe was leaving the audition with its dreams crushed.
Vivid and creative bonus points.
Come on, Trixie. This is more trouble than it's worth.
No, I'm sure you both think you're so funny.
Absolutely.
Hilarious.
But you're forgetting something entirely important.
I only ever forget insignificant worms like you.
Wait, does that mean there are significant worms?
Shut it, Shane.
Yes, ma'am.
Can one of you tell me what happened here last night?
Duh, those girls went missing.
Exactly.
And what does that have to do with anything?
You know, I don't have to report you to Principal Jones. I can report you to Officer Dunnett.
Wait, what?
If I go in there and tell them a nice story about how each of you played a role in Gloria and Catherine's disappearance, they'll have to take you down to the station for questioning.
You wouldn't. Besides, what evidence do you have?
Bart, Shane, you both heard it too, didn't you?
Hear what? Oh, sure I did.
Yeah, they're hiding those girls. I bet the cops are going to love to hear about their secret hiding spot.
Who told you about the tunnels?
Tony, you dummy dumb.
Tunnels?
Wait, were those stories you told at practice true?
Bart, what is she talking about?
Well, I heard Tony and some of the other players talking about a meeting in the tunnels a few weeks back. I thought they were talking about something out in the woods.
In the woods. That's right. That's what we were talking about.
Tony, two of our classmates are in serious trouble. You need to tell us about these tunnels right now. Where are they?
What tunnels? I don't know what you're talking about.
Tony, please. I need you to stop thinking about yourself for 1 second and help us here. Our friends could be in danger.
The tunnels are under the school.
Colleen! Stop!
You need to cooperate here, Tony, especially since you opened your big mouth and told them about the tunnels. They have everything they need to make us suspects here, and I'm not letting you take me down.
Under the school?
Yeah, we snuck in where they were doing some construction on the new gym extension, but they caught Tony last time she was there, and they've got cameras watching it 24/7 now.
The gym is right next to the theater. Maybe if we go talk to
Dr. Archer.
Yeah, he knows everything about that theater. If anyone will know where a special entrance to some tunnels might be, it's him. Let's go.
You know, Colleen, I liked it when we were best friends. I hope we can figure that out again sometime. Wait up, you two.
Shane, wait. Looks like he's gone. What was that all about?
I'll tell you when you're older, Tony.
I'm older than you.
The kids run off to see Dr. Archer. They explain the situation to him, and he reluctantly takes them to the only place where he could think a secret tunnel would connect to the theater. He takes them to the storage room for all the old set pieces and lumber that's tucked underneath the old stage.
While I may not be happy about those circumstances, any opportunity to walk into this theater is one that I will always take. Have I ever told you the history of this theater?
Yes.
Good. So our school is unlike any other school in the world because our school didn't add on a theater. It started as a theater. That's right. This whole bit, like this structure, has been here longer than most of the structures in Eureka Grove.
Wait, really?
Yes, it was an amphitheater that was given a roof and then walls, and eventually an entire school was built around it. Because of that, there was a tremendous amount of history within these walls. Just think of it. When these curtains open, hundreds, if not thousands, of performers, the evolution of the technique, the critiques of the times. Oh my, I just can't get enough of it.
That's actually really helpful, Dr. Archer. All of this history means we could be walking into something we aren't expecting. Bart, Shane, let's go.
You all need to be careful down there. It's extremely important that you don't knock some of the scenery over. We've been meaning to reorganize for years, but the students keep throwing new pieces on top of the old pieces without any care for space management. Those piles could fall really easily. For all I know, there could be artifacts of real historical significance down there. So please be careful.
Sounds good, Dr. Archer.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Just keep an eye out. And if you hear anything weird, please go find help and tell them what we told you.
What is that sound?
Come on, Bart, we don't have time for this.
The trio makes their way towards the back of the storage room. They're set pieces from 40 to 50 years ago. Dust and cobwebs become thicker as they move back. They check everywhere they can, but nothing seems out of the ordinary. Just piles and piles of dust and junk. Suddenly, they hear the chilling sound of a violin.
Please tell me I'm not the only one hearing that.
Nope, you're not. What do you think that is?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Hello?
The music stops for a moment and then becomes more frantic.
It's almost like the music is reacting to us.
Sounds like it's coming from over there.
Our intrepid trio carefully moves around the set pieces to a far back corner, where they find a surprisingly large mural hidden under the dust. It's clear the music is close. Do you think they'll be able to figure out this puzzle?
Wow, look at this.
It says the labyrinth. It looks like some kind of picture of a man fighting some kind of bull creature. Looks creepy.
The music is right here. There has to be some sort of trick to this. It looks like they're fighting in a big maze. Oh, and what's this? There's a golden line going through some of the passages of the maze. Is this a map? I don't get it.
As Trixie and Bart try to figure this all out, Shane has started tracing that golden line with his finger. When he reaches its end, he finds what appears to be a ball of string attached to it. Shane places his hand on the ball and presses inward. The ball sinks into the wall and a passage starts to open.
Shane! Wow, what was that?
Nothing big. This mural is depicting Theseus fighting the Minotaur Asterius from Greek mythology. In the story, the Cretan princess Ariadne helped Theseus get out of the labyrinth by giving him golden yarn to trace where it had been. So I took a guess that this would open if I did something with the yarn. Totally nailed it.
Wow, Shane, I'm impressed. That was really smart of you.
Well, don't go telling everyone. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea.
The door is almost open. Wait, did the music stop?
A new figure erupts from the opening. All three of the kids scream.
Ah!
The figure rushes towards Trixie and wraps its arms around her. Heavy breathing and then sad breathing become the only sounds that resonate within the room. The kids look down and see
Catherine? Catherine, what happened?
What happened? You can talk.
You can't speak?
Well, is there anything you can do to tell us what happened? Your violin?
You may not be able to tell us exactly what happened, but you can give us some hints and clues.
All right, Catherine, are you ready? Are we safe?
That sounds like a no to me.
Do you know where Gloria is?
Is she down here?
It's a bad idea for us to go down there.
Well, that's too bad. We're going to go down anyway. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I wasn't able to help someone in danger. Is there anything else you could tell us?
Whoa! I've heard that before. That sounds like the pipes from earlier.
In the lunchroom, too.
Got it. Thanks, Catherine.
The trio shows Catherine the way back to Dr. Archer. He's extremely relieved and takes her back to the office immediately. The trio then ventures back down to the tunnels. As they journey in, they turn a corner and they find Mr. Squeaks.
Mr. Squeaks?
Mr. Squeaks?
They run towards Mr. Squeaks.
Mr. Squeaks, are you okay?
Hello, kids, and yes, I'm fine.
Good. We have to get out of here.
Yes, we should leave. Can you please show me the way?
Do you know where Gloria is, Mr. Squeaks? What happened with all that smoke earlier?
I think I saw Gloria passed out near the entrance to the home ec room. I don't know what that smoke was, but that's not important now. I need to get out of here. Show me the way.
Okay, Mr. Squeaks, we should probably look around here first.
Now! We don't have time. I have to get out of here.
Calm down, Mr. Squeaks. We'll get you out of here.
Just then, something catches Shane's eye. He picks it up off the ground and hides it behind his back. He then moves towards Mr. Squeaks.
Mr. Squeaks, how are you doing?
Not well. I need to get out of here.
Aren't you missing something, Mr. Squeaks?
What are you talking about, Shane? We need to get him out of here?
Yes, listen to her.
Trixie, look at his belt. Isn't there something missing?
You're right.
Whoa!
I demand you take me out of here now.
No!
You wouldn't go anywhere without Mertz?
And who is Maurice?
This is Maurice.
Shane produces Maurice, Mr. Squeak's hammer. Mr. Squeaks retches back as if it were hurting him. Shane continues to approach Mr. Squeaks, and Mr. Squeaks retreats until he's stopped by a wall.
He doesn't like it. See what happens when you touch him with it.
No!
Mr. Squeaks swings at Shane and knocks Maurice into the air.
Bart, halftime show, assisted lift.
Trixie drops to one knee and creates a cup with her hands near the ground. Bart instinctually runs towards Trixie. He places his foot in Trixie's hands, and Trixie launches him into the air. Maurice is just out of reach of Shane and Mr. Squeaks when Bart grabs it. Bart taps Mr. Squeaks on the head with Maurice, and Mr. Squeaks falls to his knees, smoke pouring out of him. Mr. Squeaks screams until all the smoke is gone.
Mr. Squeaks?
The smoke! We have to stop it!
It's already in the pipes, Mr. Squeaks. It's gone.
Jane, how did you know that'd work?
I didn't. Just a hunch. I'd never seen Mr. Squeaks without Maurice. So I thought maybe it'd work.
Excellent work, you three.
We have so many questions, Mr. Squeaks.
And I don't have much time to explain. Look, that spirit is extremely dangerous. At least while it's in the school, it remains within the seal I placed 2,000 years ago.
Wait, 2,000 years ago?
Yes. And, well, I was banging around the pipes for help.
What happens if it leaves the building?
All of its sealed powers will return to it immediately upon reaching the outside world. If it gets its powers, it will spell absolute doom for Eureka Grove and potentially the whole world.
So what do we do? It's already on its way out of the school via the pipes.
It won't be able to break the seals in that form. It has to possess someone and leave alongside a host body.
This is insane. You're saying it could be anyone in this building.
So it was possessing you?
Yes, and you helped exorcise it from my body using my special talisman.
Right.
Yes, Maurice was created to resonate with me and block the spirit from entering my own. Catherine, the last person who was possessed, was able to trick me and throw the hammer away. The spirit managed to find its chance to take me over. If it wasn't here to warn everyone, it could walk out the door easily. Thank you for getting me Maurice back.
Do we know how it transfers bodies? Can it just jump whenever it wants?
No, there was a rule, but I can't remember it right now.
Can you tell us what happened with Catherine?
She asked for help breaking out of the theater entrance, and she asked if she could use my hammer. I said yes, and the next thing I knew, I was being taken over. Now, we need to get out of here. We don't have much time to keep talking.
Now we're talking. Who is possessed by the spirit? If they don't figure it out soon, it'll spell doom for everyone. Powerful ancient gods out of the school catacombs. God, I forgot how much I love this one. Everyone runs back to the theater entrance and tells Dr. Archer to go to the office and tell Officer Dunnett and the principal to not let anyone leave the building. After that, our intrepid trio starts searching for any sign of the spirit. As they run by the cafeteria, they hear a banging.
Help! Someone help!
What's that?
Let's go!
Look, there she is, outside the freezer.
Someone is in there.
Someone help me! Get me out of here!
Look, I know how this looks.
Did you lock Mr. York in the freezer, Miss Parks?
No, I absolutely did not.
Penny, is that you? You put them up to this, didn't you?
We've got to help him.
But what if the spirit's inside of him?
I really don't think it is. The spirit would not get trapped this easily again.
Mr. York, we're here.
Let me out!
We'll let you out. after you tell us how you got stuck in there.
How about I don't do that and you'll let me out of here?
Penny, can you tell us what happened? I know you and Drew don't have, well, a great relationship, having the job he wants and all.
Drew's the type of person I certainly don't like to be around. Frankly, he's a bully. I don't take well to bullies in my halls, but I would never do something like this. I will always take the higher ground and walk away.
Oh, sure. Keep on going, Miss High and Mighty. You're just the flavor of the week right now. One mess up and it'll be my time.
You know, Drew, this attitude of yours and your unstoppable desire to one-up me is going to be the end of you one of these days. If you had just once thought to be kind and asked me if I needed help instead of stewing over your stews in here, maybe we could have worked something out.
Hi, well, you know.
Drew, please trust us. We're trying to get to the bottom of what's happening in the school. We can talk this all out later. What happened here?
Mr. Squeaks. Ugh, fine. So I was minding my own business, cleaning up after these ungrateful kids when suddenly the water started acting funny. I went to check the faucet and this dark smoke came pouring out. The next thing I knew, I was locked in this freezer and one of these snot-nosed kids was running away.
Who was it?
What? You think I know the name of every kid in this place? It could have been anyone. It's hard to see out of this window because of all the frost.
And you wonder why no one wants to work with you.
Do you remember anything about them? Did they say anything?
Oh, let me think. Come on, Drew, think. This is as important as a pitch to close out a Yankees game. Oh, yes. They said, thank you for your willingness to help. Then they ran off. Now open this door.
Shoot. Now that gives me any clue to whoever might have done this.
Trixie, I'm going to get this door open. I need you three to go to the office and tell the principal that we need to have an emergency meeting in the cafeteria with everyone in the building. Tell her that Mr. Squeaks is calling in his favor from that one time. She'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
We're on it.
The trio does just what Mr. Squeaks asks, and the principal calls an emergency meeting in the cafeteria that everyone in the building is expected to attend.
I think everybody's here. No, there's still a few missing.
Have you always been this observant, Shane?
I mean, I'm kind of always watching, you know.
Got it.
Just then, two more people burst into the room, Mary Mason and Gloria.
I found Gloria. I took one last visit to my room to see if I had missed anything, and I found her near the back of the storage closet. She hadn't been there before, and I have no idea how she got there, but I think she needs help. Is there a doctor in the house?
Doctor!
No, I'm not that kind of doctor. I got my doctorate degree in theater history.
Bring her to me. I'll take care of her. She looks like she's passed out.
As this is happening, the principal walks in with Tony.
All right, everyone, my apologies for the delay. Mr. Squeaks, I got your message and started this meeting. Please let us know what this is all about.
Thank you, Principal Jones. There is an imposter among us. Someone locked Mr. York in the freezer, assaulted me, and was the perpetrator who stole Gloria and Catherine.
Then we must find out who did this. Catherine, can you point to who did it to you?
Catherine points at Mr. Squeaks.
Mr. Squeaks? Mr. Squeaks did this to you. Officer Dunnett, can you please apprehend Mr. Squeaks?
Yes, ma'am. Please don't fight this, Mr. Squeaks.
Wait!
At last, we've made it to the moment where we need your help. Trixie is about to reveal if she has successfully put together the pieces and solved this case. But before she does that, we want you to help us. For the next 10 minutes of frozen time, you will be able to ask our characters anything, so long as it's appropriate. Ask them whatever you need to solve this case. Good luck.
All right, everybody, it is the time of our show where we are going to get to ask any of the characters a question of your choosing, of course, as long as it's appropriate. So you can try to figure out who is possessed by the smoke spirit. In order to ask your questions, you'll just go down to the chat function. You'll make sure you're selected to everyone and just throw your question in there. I will then relay the questions to our characters, and we will do that for about 10 minutes or so. So, first question. Principal Jones, why did you owe a favor to Mr. Squeaks?
Well, you see, there was this one time where he came over to my house to clean up and just take care of my kids for me while I was away.
Mm-hmm. Got it. I see. And that was enough for a favor that was so big he could ask for anything?
Well, my kids take after my rough child. I was a mischievous kid, and so are they.
I see. Very good. Thank you. A question for Mr. Squeaks. Mr. Squeaks, what is your favorite Journey song?
Don't Stop Believing. Duh. I was singing
it. Great. Catherine, is it that you couldn't talk, or is it that you wouldn't? Also, so everyone knows, in Frozen Time, Catherine is able to speak.
Obviously, since I was like possessed by a demon, which is not fun, and kind of like the Disney movie Little Mermaid, kind of like Ursula took my voice. So now I can't speak. So yeah.
Gotcha. All right, we've got a question for Tony. Tony, it's very suspicious that you've known about the tunnels and kept them a secret. Can you explain why you kept them a secret?
Well, me and Colleen, we like to go there and sometimes, and it's kind of like our secret hangout. So we wanted to keep it a secret, but
So it was like a promise between friends.
Yeah, but I kind of opened my mouth by accident and told them.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, Gloria, were there any other artifacts that you found in the storage room?
Well, yes.
What'd you find?
I found Miss Misson's diary.
And you would classify that as an artifact?
Well, it looked really old, and it had all of her stuff in it, so I kind of peeked in it while Catherine wasn't looking, and I found I found the mirror in one of the diary sketches.
Oh, the mirror was in the diary. Interesting.
Yes.
Now, how did Principal Jones? So, Principal Jones, how did you know? How did Principal Jones know Catherine was unmuted? I don't understand the question. So I'm going to move on to the next one.
Catherine wasn't able to speak. I asked her to point to who did it to her.
Oh, so I think the real question, yes. Yeah, so Catherine pointed. That is how it happened. Good, thank you. Colleen, your hair is amazing, but why are you such a bully?
Thank you for the hair comment. But I'm a bully because I just want to be a bully. There's just nothing else to it.
Well, and as I said last night, we'll see how that works out for you. But thank you. Good. So you're a bully just because you want to be. Dr. Archer, have you been in the tunnels ever? Since you're so familiar with the history and the theater of the building.
No, I had no idea there was like tunnels. They told me there was some sort of secret tunnels, and I was like, well, I guess there's only really one place where it could have been. So.
Gotcha. Good. We have a question for Gloria. Gloria, did the demon possess you?
Yes.
And by demon, we mean smoke spirit, but yes, go ahead.
Yes, it did possess me, and it's kind of obvious because I passed out because of the demon.
Ah, good. Wow, we have an interesting question for the narrator. Narrator, how many books are in your library?
Several. I have no idea. There are quite a few. It's very difficult to keep inventory by myself.
Yes, understandably so. Colleen, will we ever learn about your past with Shane?
No, too popular to get into that elaborate backstory.
Makes sense. Thank you. Catherine, how did you get your violin down to the tunnels? Also, you're amazing at the violin.
Thank you for the comment. I was coming out of a quartet practice. As I did mention, I would be pulled if I was caught in school. Yeah, and that's how it got there. And I just brought it with me. Yeah.
Got it. I'm super curious as to this answer. Bart, why won't you take off the mascot outfit?
Well, it's hard, and I don't wear much clothes underneath it.
Ah, I see. That makes a lot of sense. It's for the sake of everyone else. Very good. Trixie, do you trust Miss Parks even though she's a teacher? Is she wandering the halls by the home ec room or the theater often?
I do trust Miss Parks, and I can't completely blame her for taking the home ec room, to be honest, because I mean, Miss Mason was technically leaving, so I think that's fair, and she does tend to stay after school and work out in the gym.
Well, if it's not Miss Parks, Trixie, who is it?
I think Miss Maison, I don't have all the facts yet, but right now I think Miss Maison is a little suspicious because why would there conveniently be an artifact in her storage room?
Yes. Yeah, astute. We're going to have 3 more questions. 3 more questions. So if you've put in your question, thank you. If not, we're just to make sure we're not here for the next week asking questions to our interesting characters. We're going to stick with these. Kenneth, the narrator, are all of the books in your library stories about Eureka Grove?
Happy to see someone else just as interested as me in the history. No, although quite a few of them are. I have a few sections devoted to a few different tales. Feel free to check them out whenever you want.
Excellent. Thank you. That's very generous of you letting us use your library like that. Tony, are you such a bully because you're actually the smoke spirit?
No, it's kind of fun being a bully. Because I like bullying Trixie, Bart, and Train a lot because they're the most vulnerable to me. So I like bullying them the most, and I'm not possessed.
So what you're saying is that it could not be you because you are choosing to be this way and something is not forcing you to be this way.
Yes.
Interesting. All right, final question for Mr. Squeaks. And this is something I'm very curious about. Mr. Squeaks, why does trouble seem to follow you everywhere you go?
Well, see, the smoke spirit had this curse where either anybody I meet suddenly has a tragic failure.
Oh, no.
Or they have a pretty nice life. So hopefully that happens to everyone else. The nice life one, but
so what you're saying is that you have been charged to protect, like to keep this smoke spirit sealed for 2,000 years, and your consequence of doing that is that people around you and yourself have bad luck?
Sort of, yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, that is eye-opening. Well, thank you all, everyone, for all of your questions. We're going to get back to the story. I hope that you've built up some evidence and maybe have an idea of who the smoke spirit is possessing. So I'm going to send it back to our narrator for the ending.
And we're back. Wasn't that fun? Hope you got everything you need to solve the case. Now, let's dive headfirst into the thrilling conclusion of Smoke and Mirrors.
Wait, Officer Dunnett, it wasn't Mr. Squeaks.
It wasn't?
No, and I can prove right now who it is.
Catherine, a direct victim of Mr. Squeaks, already pointed to the one who kidnapped her. It was Mr. Squeaks. There's nothing else to prove.
Hear her out, Principal Jones.
I will not. Do your job, Officer Dunnett.
Tony, did you black out earlier?
What? Yeah. How could you possibly know that?
What is the last thing you remember?
Stop this nonsense.
I heard Mr. York in the freezer and I went to help him.
How did Mr. York get in the freezer? Did you lock him in?
If you did, you're on suspension from the team.
Whoa, Miss Parks, I would never do that. He asked for my help, and the next thing I knew, I was sitting in the principal's office.
Oh, really? Colleen, what did Tony say earlier? If she got reported, she would have her dad talk to the principal?
Yeah, that's what Tony always does. She sits down and she asks if the principal will help her out, because if she doesn't, she'll call her dad. She's bragging about it earlier, right before she went to help Mr. York.
Exactly. Shane, Bart, I think I figured out how the spirit transfers.
Spirit?
What are they talking about? Stop all of this nonsense now. You will all sit down and remain quiet while we settle this with Mr. Squeaks, the obvious perpetrator. Officer Dunnett, can you please help me here?
That is a big old yeah.
Wait! Stop! Don't say it!
Whoa, what? What's going on? Say what?
Yes. Don't say yes. If you agree to help it, the spirit will be able to interpret that as a willingness to be possessed.
Don't listen to her, Officer Dunnett. Will you please help me?
Look, I've seen some crazy things in the last few years, and nothing would surprise me anymore. Let's see what they have to say.
Incompetent. Will someone in here please help me? Mary, Penny, I'll fire you all if you don't agree to help me.
Principal Jones, or should I say, Smoke Spirit, we know you're in there.
It's time to go back to the mirror. You can never regain your full power. As if you did, it would likely destroy all life on Earth.
The mirror? You mean that mirror that was on the floor in my storage room? I had never seen it before, but I looked closely at it, and it had the symbols of death and night. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I remember reading something about Tezcatlipoca while I was studying some Aztec ruins. He was the god of death, night, and cold.
I haven't heard any human disgrace my name by uttering those words in the longest time. How dare all of you! You will be the first to face my wrath once I get out of here and regain my power. The ruins that Mr. Squeaks placed here 2,000 years ago will not be able to stop me once I get out of this infernal school.
Trixie looks at Mr. Squeaks and nods her head.
Now I'm taking this idiot child.
Hey, let me go.
And I'm getting out of here. Now someone tell me the fastest way out of here.
Yes, I will. I choose to help you.
As Trixie makes the pact with Tezcatlipoca, smoke pours from the principal. It pools just above the ceiling and starts to shoot towards Trixie.
Now!
Mary pulls the mirror from behind her back and throws it to
Bart!
Bart throws it to Shane throws it to
Trixie!
Trixie catches the mirror at the very moment the smoke is about to overtake her. She holds it up and it begins to pull the smoke into it.
No, I will not be contained again. I will bring the eternal night to this world. I will not be.
The smoke disappears into the mirror and everything goes silent. The quiet is then broken by an unexpected voice.
Is it over?
Catherine, you can talk.
I can talk.
And Gloria is waking up. Gloria, are you okay?
I'm fine. Where am I? What happened?
I'll tell you all about it later, Gloria. I'm just so happy you're okay.
Miss Son, did I save home ec? Wait, I remember finding a weird mirror in your storage room.
Well, I don't support what you did. I support the meaning behind it. I'll make sure before I leave that we find a way for you to take home ec.
You mean it?
She sure does. I'll teach myself if I have to. Although you're going to need to show me around quite a bit, Gloria. I never know if I'm baking cupcakes or quick drying cement.
Everyone, thank you for your help. I've been tasked with keeping Tezcatlipoca in this mirror for the last 2,000 years. Now that he's back in the mirror, I, unfortunately, only have one course of action I am able to take. I am going to need to erase this day from your memory.
Wait, what? No, Mr. Squeaks, I have so much to ask you.
Albert Squeaks takes out his hammer and swings it towards the ground. A bright flash of light erupts from Maurice, and the last thing that can be heard is Mr. Squeaks saying the following.
Trixie, Bart, and Shane, the world could not be luckier to have heroes like you in it. Even though you'll forget this day, never forget the fact that you'll be here when the world needs it.
The light dissipates. Another normal day in Eureka Grove. The girls are found later that day in the tunnels, and Officer Dunnett reports that they accidentally opened the door, fell in, and got trapped. The students and the principal rejoice that the girls were found. But later that day, something quite unexpected happens. Mr. Squeaks walks into the office and reports that he will be leaving Eureka Grove and is resigning effective immediately. He leaves Eureka Grove that day with a single bag and rounded package, and is never seen again, at least according to this chapter of the history books. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our tale of supernatural mystery, and I hope to see you next time for another mystery in Eureka Grove.
Excellent. Thank you all so much. So what we're going to have everyone do right now is switch over to gallery views. You're going to move your mouse up into the corner, hit view, and then click gallery view. So all of our performers can go ahead and give a quick bow. So we're going to do a bow in 3, 2, 1. Good. And now, families, please feel free to turn on your videos. Turn on your videos so all of our wonderful performers can see who is here and watching them. And performers, feel free to scroll through and just say hi to everyone as they congratulate you for an excellent job. Well done. Very, very good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been an absolute treat. It has just been such a wonderful group of talent that we have over here. And it has just been fun every day. Mrs. Hanish, would you like to say something?
Thank you so much for attending today. We really appreciate all the hard work that has gone into this. Parents, thank you for all the technical assistance. We know this has really been an